So here we go. We got Dodgers, Giants, top of the first inning. Austin Slater at the plate. You got Tyler Anderson on the mound, first pitch. Anderson misses outside with a fastball. And then here's Anderson on the 1-0. He gets a called strike on the outside corner. And then on the 1-1 count, here's Anderson to the plate. And Slater fouls that one off to make it a 1-2 count. Cuts to the Giants dugout where Gabe Kapler is clearly talking about Tyler Anderson because he says 2.96 ERA. And that was his ERA heading into this start. And then here's Anderson home on the 1-2 pitch, and he misses arm side away with a changeup to make it 2-2. And then Anderson looks over to first base in the direction of Giants first base coach Antoine Richardson. No one's on first base, so why else is he looking over there? He doesn't think too much of it. It's looking down, grabs his hat, gets a little rosin on those fingertips there. Does a little lick, looks up. And then as he's getting ready for the next pitch, he sees Mark Prior coming out of that Dodgers dugout, and he doesn't know what's going on. He's confused at this point, but you can see him starting to put 2 and 2 together. Sees Prior coming out, steps off the rubbers like, dude, what's going on? Not injured, totally fine. He almost has that look like when you're in elementary school and your parents randomly show up here and like, dude, shouldn't you guys be at work? What are you guys doing here? Bruh. He looks totally confused, but then he looks over to first base in the direction of Antoine Richardson, licks his fingers, looks down, gets ready for the pitch. Here comes Prior, like, what is going on? And everyone at this point is fearing it's some injury issue, but here comes Mark Prior. They cut to Dave Roberts, he spits, and then Mark Prior, he's covering his mouth, but he's explaining what's going on. He's like, hey, they're trying to steal signs. The first base coach is trying to relate it to Austin Slater, so be careful. He's probably like, hey, man, there's some dirty cheaters. They wear orange, and cheaters wear orange. Cheater! Prior turns to Anderson, and he nods his head. And then he's like, ball, 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 ball. Wants to switch out the ball. Gets the new ball, throws the old one towards the Dodgers dugout. They disperse from the mound. They've got a new plan. He licks, gets ready to pitch, works that ball a little bit. Doc has got his arms crossed. Guerin shaking his head. Dino Ebel's like, yeah. Shaking his head, points right over to Antoine Richardson. They know what's going on. And then the umpires, they get together and they discuss what's going on. You've got Alfonso Marquez, the home plate ump, right in the middle there. And then Marquez says something like, go tell him he's got to be back in the box. Or something like that. He's telling him he's got to get back in that box. He can't come down the line. And then here comes your wife or girlfriend's favorite manager, Gabe Kapler. He's walking out of that Giants dugout like he's about to casually bench 500 pounds at an LA Fitness.
Hulk
he's
smash!
walking up there to get the explanation, and Marquez tells him he has to be in the box. And then Kapler says they got to be between right there. And then Marquez, he's pointing, he says something about the line. And then Kapler looks over to the Dodgers dugout, looks over to Anderson, looks at the ump. And then the Giants first base coach looks like he's saying, I wasn't trying. And then Kapler looks like he's pondering something. He's like, hey, should I just get ejected so I can go straight to the gym and crush some weights? Well, him and his forearms, they make their way back to the dugout. Marquez spits. And then here we go. Play resumes, and on the 2-2 count, Anderson gets Slater swinging for the first out. And after the game, Dave Roberts and Tyler Anderson, they talked about the sign stealing from the San Francisco Giants. Here's what they had to say about it.
Well, just a little gamesmanship. They were doing some relaying of the signs from the first base coach, so we just wanted to, kind of nip that, get the coach in the box, and let Tyler do his thing.
Was he like too far up the line?
Correct.
Did they have to tell him like to get back in the box for each pitch?
Those things Tyler noticed, or you guys noticed?
We noticed. That.
Yeah, we didn't know if maybe they thought that the first base coach was trying to see into my glove a little bit down the line. Which, if you expose yourself, that happens, and I think that's part of the game. So they just thought maybe he was doing something there just to try to tighten up a little bit.
Was that something you noticed, or?
No, they noticed that. I think they were probably watching them and saw that.
Was the conversation with Mark to change signs up a little bit or something?
No, just to try to clean up the glove a little bit. So if they were heading, if it was open up and they could see in it, just to try to clean that up.
Okay, so this isn't Trastros level cheating or anything like that. They weren't using cameras to steal signs. You didn't see them banging trash cans. And yeah, sign stealing is a part of baseball, and it has been for over 100 years. But let's not forget that this is the same Giants team that back in 1951, they used a telescope to steal signs. Let me remind you that on August 11, 1951, the second-place New York Giants trailed the rival Brooklyn Dodgers by 13 games, and from that point until the end of the season, the Giants won 39 of their final 47 games, and we all know what happened after that. The Bobby Thompson shot heard around the world. So the Giants have a history of cheating against the Dodgers, and good job by Mark Pryor and the Dodgers dugout to identify early on and nip it in the bud there and kind of clean things up with Tyler Anderson. But let me know in the comment section, do you have a problem with the Giants stealing the Dodgers signs in the way that they did, kind of going up there on that first baseline? Let me know down below. Is this something, nothing, or everything? I want all your takes on this down below in the comment section. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For our latest Dodgers news, rumors, high videos, interviews, breakdowns, and more all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.